Good morning. How's everybody today? Hope you're doing well. Hear the bird? Buckets of blessings before we even start the day. I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all going to have a fantastic weekend. I don't have anything planned today actually, and I'm here and it's quiet and I'm blessed. For me to find quiet, like total silence, is the ultimate for me. And this morning, it rained last night, and you usually find after it rains, Thailand's quiet. And it howled down last night. And first thing this morning, quiet. Loved it. Love it. Nice and quiet. I come out here, there was a monitor lizard in the garden this morning, small one, so he ran off as soon as I come outside. Look at these plants here. The red is amazing. I think it's happy here, isn't it? Very happy here. The right light, the right water, the right everything. Even though Kem likes the heat, the sun, but I think he likes this. Look at it. Can't get over how bright it is. So always nice to wander around the garden after a good old rain in the rainy season. And as you can see, the butterflies are just starting to come out. So Kevin's excited. Let's see what happens as the rains progress. So just been walking around the garden, looking at this, looking at that, not doing anything. I'm trying not to do nothing. I just want to be still and watch. And you know, I was listening to some people talking last night. You know, I'm always talking about health. You know, one of the biggest things to your body needs to heal itself is oxygen. And I'm like, yeah, I know that. But I know myself, when I'm most of the time in the evenings, I'm sitting so quiet that I don't breathe right. I don't breathe enough air in. I know that. So I've been just listening to people talking about the breath. And I know in meditating and spiritual practices and so on, the breath is very important. And in health in general, you know, breathing is very important. Because if you don't get enough air in, the cells, you know, they stick together if you don't have enough oxygen. When you have enough oxygen, your body can heal itself. It's actually oxygen, you know, cancer lives in a low oxygenated acidic environment. So if you can just breathe, you can get oxygen in. You can help your body stay healthy. So we take all these antioxidants, which are basically chemical messengers that are you know, to equalize the charge of a cell so it can stay healthy. Free radicals, right? So it's, you know, it's an electrical game. But oxygen in itself is a nutrient. So to, you know, be here in nature and not breathe is kind of like, dude, it's free. You're in nature. You know, you've got the good ozone from the rain last night. You've got trees that are giving you clean oxygen. And I don't breathe properly. So I was watching some stuff last night about Tumo. Tumo is an ancient Tibetan monk practice. It's all to do with breathing. You know, I don't know if you ever heard of this before, but the Tibetan monks, what they could do is you could put them in cold water and put a cold sheet on them and then let them sit outside in the freezing cold weather, and in 15 minutes the sheet will be dry and they'll be hot. And it was all done through breath. I'm like, interesting. And I've heard of other things, many other things I learned over the years about them. But just the idea of breathing, it's like so simple. Yeah, I think we overlook it. You know, especially if you're smoking if you're in a toxic environment, big city. So to get in nature and sit by the trees and breathe the air that the tree gives you, so simple, huh? Getting warm for sure. I got a little story for you. The other day I was in the mall and I was headed towards my bakery where I get some pastries and stuff. I love to eat pastry in the morning for breakfast with a cup of tea. I know it's not healthy, but just sitting there, and Thich Nhat Hanh said, be mindful of everything. So I'm very mindful. But on the way there's a shop and it sells like a kind of a boutique jewelry shop. It sells some really nice jewelry, but it's small but unique. You know, it's not big fancy stuff. Some of it seems to be put together really nice. And they had a metal Buddha in there, and they said it was from Tibet. Well, if somebody tells you something's from Tibet, you got to remember something. China took over Tibet. Whether it was part of China before, I don't know. But they have their own culture. But they went in there and destroyed temples, and they did some amazing atrocities to the monks and nuns, and it was, you know, it was encouraged to happen. So if somebody says it's from Tibet, if my flag goes up and says, really, one, if it was a part of the antiquities, then it's illegal to start with. If it was just a copy or made somewhere like that. So I don't believe the story. But if I look at it, the way it's designed, I have one. It's about an inch or 2 inches shorter, so mine's about 8 or 9 inches tall. And I'm not a Tibetan Buddhist, but I think it's a really pretty piece of art. So I would say mine's made better by 50 to 70% or more. And I said to them, how much is the Buddha, just as a curious? And they said $1,000, 30,000 baht. And then another lady said, oh, but we'll give it to you for 26,000. So, oh, that's nice of you. But I know, I've seen them many times in Kathmandu, where they're made. And the one I've got is like 100% better quality. It's a lot thicker, and the engravings on it are amazing. And it cost me $60. I bought two different. I think there's 5 different Buddha positions. Don't ask me. I'm not a Buddhist, so I don't know. But I just like it. So I paid $60 for mine. It's much better quality. It's a little bit shorter, but the engravings on it are crazy. But 2 things here. One is, if you're interested in something, don't spend more than $100, because if somebody tells you it's an antique, or it can be, you know, if somebody passed away and they sold the Buddha from their home, but I wouldn't pay more than $100 for anything, because they're just trying to rip you off. $1,000 for something that's not as good as mine, and I paid $60. So, and I wanted to show you mine, but I wanted to show you it in a different way. So I'm going to try today to do some video of it and find a way to turn it so you can see the whole thing smoothly. I've been wanting to do it, so I'm saying this early to put the pressure on myself to get it done. I hope I can. So you can see why I like wandering around the garden the morning after the rain. Beautiful, everything's coming out. This is what it's nice about rainy season, but you have a lot of trimming to do. Hedge trimming, cut this, cut that. Always something to do. But part of living in a place where you want to be a little bit quiet and breathe fresh air. So I'm going to sign off, guys, and say good night. Look after yourselves. All the very best. Buckets of blessings, rivers of peace, joy, and kindness. And hope you have a lovely Sunday. All the best.